Wild boars are notorious for being some of the most difficult animals to deal with in the wild, and wolves are just another predator that's absolutely terrified of having to deal with them. Whenever a wolf tries to hunt a wild boar, they always end up becoming the prey instead, which is exactly what we're about to see today. In the middle of the night, while this farmer was driving home, he stumbled upon an unusual fight, a huge wolf attacking a small wild boar. It didn't seem like such a small boar required a lot of effort to kill, but the wolf was having real trouble trying to get it under control. The boar was barely fighting back too, but it was too strong for the wolf, and despite its best efforts, the wolf ended up losing its stubborn meal. Notice the comical way in which the small boar just walked away unbothered after the attack. Instead of hunting the newborn wild boar that these wolves were planning to ambush, the wolves ended up worrying about their own lives when two massive boars charged at them. Wolves are not the biggest predators out there, and they usually rely on their numbers and brilliant strategies to be able to catch prey. But not only were the wolves too few here, the boars were also massively bigger in size, and any battle that would have erupted would have no doubt ended with the wolves dead. Take a look at this intense battle. An entire pack of fully grown wolves were trying to take a lone wild boar down, and they failed miserably. The boar was fat, as wild boars usually are, but it was much faster and much more agile than any of the wolves trying to take it down, and it was able to outmaneuver all of them and finally chase them away. The boar seemed to have emerged from the fight unscathed, but if the fight had continued, the wolves certainly would not have. Three wolves had surrounded a sizable wild boar here, and they were trying to attack it. But even though the clip was unusually short, it was still clear that the wolves were very hesitant to take the boar head-on. Finally, a wild boar ended up meeting its end at the hands of a vicious pack of wolves here. There were many wolves attacking the boar from multiple angles throughout the whole fight, but even though it was vastly outnumbered, the defiant boar never stopped fighting back, even when the wolves started sinking their teeth into multiple areas of its body. We didn't get to see how the fight concluded, but the brave boar's corpse was discovered near the site. The wolves chose not to eat it for some reason, so maybe they were only attacking it out of fear that it might attack them at some point in time. Extreme hunger had driven a couple of wolves to commit a really foolish mistake here, and they almost paid with their lives. The wolves spotted a group of wild boars who were traveling somewhere and decided to attack one of them. The boar that they chose to attack was big enough that it would have been a nightmare to deal with, but that wasn't even their stupidest mistake. They also ignored the fact that there were enough giant boars there to destroy an entire pack of wolves and leave none of them alive. Thankfully, the wolves managed to escape before the boars caught up to them, but they would have certainly died a horrible death if the boars had caught them. Here's another incident where the wolves had acted just as foolishly. These wolves decided to invade the wild boar's territory and try to hunt one of them. The boars were, of course, furious, and the entire horde came out to meet the intruders. As soon as the wolves spotted the boars coming, they immediately panicked and started running in every direction. The boars were angry enough to chase after them, but they weren't fast enough to catch up to them. Obviously, the boars kept control of their territory, but it's not certain that they won't kick the wolves out of theirs. Here's another quick shot of a couple of wolves who trespassed on a huge boar's territory and ended up having to run for their lives. The wolves had caught the scent of a fresh kill and were hoping to get something to eat. But as soon as they entered the boar's territory, the furious boar charged at them, forcing them to run away. A wolf dog thought that it was playing with a bunch of huge wild boars and their newborns here. The dog was playing for real, but the boars were trying to kill the oblivious canine. The dog had playfully chased after their newborns, but the boars mistook it for an actual attack and started trying to attack the dog. The people around were very naive, and they could be heard laughing, not realizing that this dog's trip to the woods could have been its last. Don't be like these people. Never allow your pet to play with a wild animal. It's dangerous and could get both of you seriously harmed. After stumbling upon a dead wolf's corpse in the woods, these wild boars did not hide their hatred at all. They began attacking the dead wolf's corpse really viciously. And even taking turns to attack the dead wolf. The scent of the dead wolf triggered a violent response within the hostile boars. That is how much they hate wolves, and why wolves really fear them. Did you guys know about this intense hatred between the two groups? Please share your thoughts in the comments section down below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.